Former Beta Theta Pi fraternity brother Kordel Davis joins us now. I know you were watching us, we all were, that video right there. Could you please tell us, when you walked into the room and you saw Tim Piazza there, exactly what was going on and what did you see?
Yeah, so as I walked into the room, there were people surrounding him, kind of pointing and laughing, and I said, what's happening? I said, why is Tim on the couch? And they were like, oh, he's just fine. He's just had too much to drink. And I'm like, if he had too much to drink and if he's on the couch, this is kind of a bad situation. And they're kind of brushing it off, saying, no, like, he'll be fine. He needs to sleep it off. And then they were like, oh, well, they're like screaming. They're like, Tim fell down the stairs too.
They told you that he had fallen down the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
And you saw him in the condition, you said at one point you went to check his pulse for a pulse?
Yes.
So you knew that to do that, you must have felt that he was in bad shape.
Yes. I mean, if you, like, when someone falls down the stairs, I'm thinking, okay, like how could he just be here? Like, I kind of like, was like, did that really happen? Mm-hmm. Because like, why would he be on the couch? So I checked the pulse. I was like what's going on? It was just so much to process.
Had you been drinking too? Had you been drinking as well? So you had been drinking. The other ones were there, and the one thing, Kordel, it's so tragic on so many levels, and there's so many people that were there that no one thought to call 911. You didn't think to remove yourself from the situation and get your friend help?
I did. I said he needs to be at the hospital right now. I said we should call 911, get him in an ambulance. And I'm screaming. I'm very like I'm being very obvious with my thoughts. And you know, I was kind of like, shut up. I got thrown against the wall. And I didn't know what to do after that. I felt kind of useless, and I felt like I had no say in the situation after that.
You didn't feel like you could leave and call somewhere else, go outside or do anything? You didn't think that was...
I was told that I was overreacting, that I was crazy. I said, well, if he fell down the stairs, maybe he has a concussion, maybe worse, and we can't let him fall asleep. And they're saying, oh, that's a myth. So I'm questioning myself. I'm saying, do I really know what I'm talking about? Like, what do I actually know? As when everyone is telling me that I'm wrong, it was just hard to like think.
But it would think if you went over to check his pulse that you had to know that he was in dire straits. How well did you know Tim?
I only knew him a little bit. I talked to him before for like 20 minutes. We had a pretty good conversation. We connected right away. We both played football in high school. So they're just like, I mean, his humor, like we both like shared that sense of humor. I mean, it was just, out of all the pledges, like he was the one that I probably kind of like knew the best, had the best relationship with.
So you know him well, the other ones there. And again, can you just help people understand? They just can't kind of grasp that all these people are there, and you see him in that situation. And what was being said? I mean, what were you guys saying to one another?
So yeah, I'm screaming. I'm saying what's happening. Why is he on the couch? People are saying he needs to sleep it off. People are saying it's not that big of a deal. People are saying we've handled this type of situation before. We know how to do this. Telling me, you've never handled this situation before. You're only a newly initiated brother. Like,
you'd only been there for how long? How well did you know the other fraternity brothers?
I was only in it for 2 months.
What do you say to Tim's mother and father and their friends and family over this loss?
This was a preventable tragedy. Did not at all have to happen. You know, I wish there would have been more of like knowledge of the situation, I wish people would have listened to me more and not just like throw my thoughts out. I mean,
And would you have done something differently now? Looking, would you have done something differently now? Now knowing what you do and what happened, would you, and what is a possible lesson that somebody from other fraternities could possibly learn from this story?
I would say don't be afraid to speak up. I mean, with like the hierarchy of a fraternity, when you have like the exec with all the power and then me only being there for a little bit of time, I didn't really have any power. But when you think something is wrong, you shouldn't be afraid to speak your mind. And unfortunately, like, I was kind of like manipulated into thinking, oh, everything's gonna be fine. I would say, don't let people change your thoughts. Don't let people kind of manipulate you into like just not
Taking action,
Yeah.
getting a friend help. Kordel, thank you very much. We're thinking of Tim Piazza's family this morning.